The beast lay broken beneath the stormlight, breathing slow and shallow. Its once mighty frame, covered in jagged armor plates, now lay scorched, pierced, and bleeding violet ichor into the sand. Around it, the battlefield smoldered, shattered metal, melted stone, and the stench of death clinging to the wind. Its name was Kerzal, and once the armies of stars had feared it. Now they left it behind like garbage. The war had raged for decades across the Orion span, alien empires clashing for dominance, enslaving planets, sacrificing thousands in battles that etched themselves into memory of stars. Kerzal had been bred to kill, a living weapon forged from bioengineered muscle and exosteel, with a roar that could shatter bones and a mind once linked to the Violety Hive command. It had led charges across a dozen moons, tearing through tanks and Warmechs alike. But that was before the Hive broke. Their queen killed, their signal lost, and the beast disconnected. Some went mad, some turned on themselves. Others simply fell. Kerzal fought on alone until it was brought down by orbital fire, surrounded and abandoned by its creators. It would have died there as the storm rolled in, if not for humans. Sergeant Lena Ruiz was part of a small Earth Federation recon team sent to salvage battlefield data from the wreckage. The last thing they expected to find was it. "Sergeant," called Private Keegan, his voice tight. "We've got a target. Big one." Ruiz jogged over, weapon drawn. Her boots stopped short. There it was, easily 4 meters tall, hunched like a collapsing mountain, wings shredded, face torn, claws sunk deep into the earth like it tried to hold on. And it was alive. Barely. "Is that one of the Hive beasts?" Keegan asked. Ruiz didn't answer. She knelt closer, watching the rise and fall of its breathing. Faint, labored, but steady. "Orders say we neutralize stragglers," said Corporal Hahn. "We should finish it." Ruiz looked at it again. Something strange tugged at her gut. Not fear, not hatred. "Pity?" "No," she said. Hahn frowned. "What?" "We're not executing a wounded animal." "It's not an animal," Keegan muttered. "It's a war monster." "Then it deserves better than to die alone," Ruiz replied. They set up camp 100 meters out. Ruiz ordered no one to engage. Most thought she was crazy. A few even called it treason. But none of them could walk away. In the night, the beast groaned, a long, low sound that didn't sound threatening. It sounded lost. Ruiz approached at dawn. She brought water. It didn't move when she poured it into a metal pan and slid it forward on a collapsed wing bone. She stepped back. Hours passed. Then, slowly, shakily, Kerzal moved its head. One golden eye opened and stared at her. Ruiz didn't flinch. "It's not poisoned," she said. It drank. Over the next few days, the team watched in stunned silence as Ruiz continued her strange vigil. She brought water, then food. She set up a heat lamp when the cold winds returned. She patched one of its wounds using a field kit. And every time, the beast watched her, but never attacked, never growled, just watched. "What are we even doing?" Han demanded on the 4th day. "We should call in a strike drone and finish it. Do you want to start another war?" Ruiz shot back. "We kill this thing, and what if it sends a signal? What if the Hive isn't dead, just dormant?" Keegan added quietly, "Maybe it's not our enemy anymore." No one had an answer. That night, something changed. Kerzal tried to stand. Ruiz heard the thud and rushed over. The beast had pulled itself halfway upright, shaking, legs trembling under its bulk. It let out a grunt, painful, hoarse. Ruiz instinctively reached forward. Don't strain. You're still healing." But the beast wasn't looking at her. It was looking at the sky, the stars. Its wings twitched, then drooped. Ruiz looked up too. "You want to go home?" Kayerzo lowered its head. Home was gone. I'm sorry, she said softly. To her surprise, it made a sound. Not a roar, not a growl, but something low, guttural, like two stones grinding, but thoughtful. A response. Communication. By the end of the week, the others joined her. They removed debris from its body, repaired some of its bio-armor with scrap and sealant. They even gave it a tarp shelter. And Kayerzo never once hurt them. Instead, it began to understand them. It watched them talk, eat, laugh, and in return it made sounds, clicks, hums, huffs, not language, but attempts. When Keegan tossed it a ration pack as a joke, Kayerzo caught it gently. No claws, no teeth, carefully, like he didn't want to break it. The base command found out by the 10th day. A dropship arrived in a fury, with Colonel Anders stepping out in full battle gear. Sergeant Ruiz, explain yourself. Ruiz stood firm. It's alive. It's not hostile. It's a bioweapon. Anders snapped. One that could flatten the city if it turns. It hasn't. In 10 days. That doesn't mean anything. Ruiz stepped aside. Then tell it yourself. Anders blinked. Kayerzo stood behind her. Not towering, not threatening. Just present. It didn't move. Didn't growl. Just looked at Anders. And lowered its head. Slightly. A bow. Ruiz whispered. It's not just a beast anymore. It's learning. Anders stared. Then gave a short sigh. You understand the mess this will cause. Ruiz nodded. Yes, sir. But maybe it's time someone cleaned it up the right way. In the end, Command didn't kill Kayerzo. Instead, they moved it to a containment facility. A medical lab, not a prison. Ruiz volunteered to go with it. She taught it to speak, slowly. Rudimentary phrases. Emotions. Names. Eventually, it spoke hers. Ruiz. She cried that day. Years later, Kayerzo became the first of the highborn to be recognized as sapient. The others followed. Some remained beasts. Some chose peace. And in every history record, one thing was always remembered. Everyone had left a monster to die, except the humans.